Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm camping out in the smallest tent I've ever brought up into the mountains. This high-tech shelter is lightweight and it's hopefully strong enough because there's no chance that I can bail from this location. I'm at 1,450 meters above sea level and there's freezing temperatures and possibly some snow coming. So first things first, I'm gonna get some warm clothes on and get this shelter set up. This will give me instant warmth. Oh, now we're talking. This is the tent. It only weighs about 1 kilo. It's from Alton. I use quite a lot of their gear, but I've never tested this thing out yet, so it's going to be really interesting to see how it performs. But I mean, look at that. A freestanding double-walled tent that packs down just to this size. These poles are made of carbon fiber. I've never had a tent like this before, so I'm a little bit skeptical, but I set it up at home and it was extremely rigid, so it should be pretty good. They're very thin, but surprisingly strong. It's really nice setting up with no wind for a change. It's quite relaxing. There might be a better way to set this up. I'm kind of just winging it. Hey, it's taking shape. These little plastic loops would be a little bit difficult if your fingers were freezing. Ooh. Look at this thing, fully freestanding. You can pick it up and move around, it almost weighs nothing. That's quite impressive. Need to make sure it's flat here. We'll get inside and test it. Hey! It's a bit lumpy. Might have to move it forward a bit. We'll try it out here. It's not great, to be honest. I might have to fiddle around a bit and find a little nook in the ground. It's a good thing about these smaller tents. You can maneuver them pretty easy. And with it being freestanding. I only brought the pegs that this tent comes with. And they're quite small for this type of terrain. So hopefully I can get these in without any problems. See what it's like inside. Oh yeah, that's better. I do have some guy lines here which I should probably install. They're a bit strange, they kind of clip on to the outer of the tent, but I think it is going to get kind of rough tomorrow, so I'll get them on now. There's like little toggles. You just loop them through. It's probably not the strongest solution, but probably work. Oh yeah, it provides some support. It would be nicer if these wrapped around the poles. Because look, that just popped out. It's not ideal. I wonder if you could wrap them around. Yeah, the angle's kind of wrong. Hey, hear that sound? That's a Kia native parrot. This is actually surprisingly strong. I mean, if you're getting wind from that way, whoa. Yeah, it's the top of it could take a lot of snow. This side pole isn't that well supported. Ideally, you'd have like a guy line here that could wrap around this pole and come out. I'm pretty sure you could do some DIY and like fix it off these toggles. But I mean, that's quite a strong tent, especially for how light it is. I'm actually quite impressed for how light this thing is. I reckon this could take a reasonably good beating of wind and snow. I'll start by getting my camp chair made up, then we'll sort all the tent out. And then I really need a hot drink and some biscuits. That was a big walk in. I might chuck up on the screen now some shots that I took. It was a beautiful, stunning day. It's almost like summer. It feels weird to be wearing shorts in the middle of winter, but it was just warm. Pretty sure tomorrow though is going to be brutal. By the way, this is the Helinox ground chair. I love this little thing. Oh yeah. I have amazing views out to the mountains that way. What a place to camp. Where is my gas stove? Doesn't seem to be in here. That is not good. Uh-oh. I may have forgotten the stove. Oh man, are you serious? What? No. Oh man. This cannot be. It better be in the pack. Oh no, there's nothing in here. Oh, what a disaster. And I've only got the tiniest amount of fire starter too, so if I can't get a fire going, I'm not eating. Oh. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Well, I suppose that was bound to happen at some point with all the camping that I do. I still just can't actually believe that it's not here. How am I going to have coffee? I'm going to have to use the fire. And I don't even have fire starter, I'm pretty sure. Just a lighter. I didn't even bring my cup. I came up here with no stove and no cup. Oh man. What an amateur. Oh well. If I can cook dinner, I'll be okay. If I can't, this is going to be a very, very miserable camp. When I was setting up camp, I did see a weka. Maybe a weka stole my stove because it was nested in my cup, the orange cup. I just don't believe that I couldn't have brought it up here. I'm going to go search around in the trees. Maybe I could find my cup, I don't know. Otherwise, I'll only get the fire going, or try to. I probably can't even get the fire going. I'm just going to be eating bread for dinner. And then go to bed. What a blunder. Anyway, I've got a few biscuits here, which usually, you know, I dunk in a nice warm drink, but I just need some calories in me. Then I'll scavenge a little bit of firewood and we'll try get dinner cooking. They're still good, but it's not the same without that nice soggy dunking. By far my main concern is I'm not going to be able to do coffee in the morning. I guess I could mix an instant sachet with cold water. But I don't have a cup to drink it out of. Hey. You see the weka in the shot? Coming just past my tent? I wouldn't be surprised if he did steal my cup. I couldn't find anything in the bushes though. These biscuits are making me feel better. Alleviating my stress. This little fire pit you can see here, it's remnants from camps that I've done a couple years ago. There is a lot of scrap wood on the ground and it is all very dry because I'm like right up on a ridge here and all the wind blows over and dries everything out. So I'm pretty confident I'll be able to get these twigs burning. But I'll just scavenge up a little pile first. And then I think I'll light it up and probably get dinner on pretty soon. This is my only saving grace. The twigs up here are just so dry. There's just wood all over the ground. Some of this is a bit damp, but these branches up on the trees, they're okay. Abundance. I was planning on camping like way up in the mountains. Lucky I didn't do that because then there would be no chance at all that I could even get a fire going. So that is one positive on this situation. Alright, that's probably enough to cook dinner. It's a good thing it's not windy right now. I've camped here before and it's just like gushing over this little ridge and it's almost impossible to have the fire, but I think I should be able to get it going. Hopefully, man. Otherwise, yeah, I'm just eating bread for dinner with tomato sauce. Build a little base and I'll get these super dry twigs on and see if I can get some heat built up in there. You see these little ends? Very, very dry. So in here is my fire starting kit. And as you can see, this little nugget is all the fire starter that I actually have. I do have a couple of these Go Fire color flame things, but I'm pretty sure this is not actually for getting the fire started. So all my hopes and dreams are on this little nugget of fire starter. The moment of truth. Doesn't even want to ignite. That's strange. Usually they go off in flames instantly. Oh no. Burn, man. Oh, even my fire starter's not working. This is little Lucifer too. This stuff usually just explodes. I've never seen it do this before. Maybe it absorbed water or something. It's resisting burning. What the heck? I'll get it down in position. Just try to get some heat onto it. I wonder if this thing will do anything. Just hold the lighter to it, see if it burns. I think it says you're supposed to just chuck the packet in the fire. This is ridiculous. I only get roasted in the comments for this. That is so weird. It's just not burning. Maybe some of this, they got some lichen here, little mossy stuff. This might do it. Oh, it's kind of burning. I found some tussock grass here, which is kind of dry, a bit damp. Maybe I'll be able to get a bit of heat into this. and get the twigs going. That's looking more promising. Just need some heat and these twigs will go. Come on, you can do it. Survivalist. I might need more of that grass. We've got to be very careful not to smother this in the initial stages until some serious heat is built up. That's looking better. We may have success. The grass did it. I'll tell you what, that's decades of bushcraft skill. We'll be having hot, steamy meat tonight. Okay, I think this is kind of under control now. I want to build up a good core of heat. And I'm going to go straight into cooking dinner. Because I'm not going to risk the fire going out and not having a full belly tonight. Whoa. You hear that? There's two weka fighting in the bushes. That male's chasing the female. She's in for a good time. Hey! I'm trying to film a video. That was touch and go for a second there. I think we'll be able to redeem the situation and it will all be okay. I have a full belly and a beautiful tent to sleep in tonight. And we'll deal with tomorrow when it comes. We have to skip the hot chocolate, but you guys are probably sick of watching me have those anyway, so that might be a win-win. It's pretty nice sitting low down next to this fire, and the wind direction's perfect going that way, no smoke at all. I think by the morning, wind will be gushing up over this ridge, but because I can't have breakfast now, or multiple coffees, I'm probably going to have to get out of here pretty quick, which is okay. You can see him there, lurking. If we run out of food, maybe we could eat him. Roast chicken. Did you steal my cup? It's funny how I accuse the weka straight away. It's just what they like. Yeah, mate, go away, please. This is absolutely roaring now. Gonna have a great cook up. It is a beautiful evening. The clouds are starting to roll in, but it's just so still up here. Oh. Finally I can relax a bit. I do have to keep an eye out on the weka though, because they're just going to be, you know, hunting for anything that they can get. This is getting pretty hot now. Try to level it out a bit. Yeah, it's real hot. The good thing about this dry wood, just chucks out the heat. Not a ton of coals, but I think there's enough to get the cook started. Got my frying pan here, we'll just chuck it down. Get it warming up. I have a 6-pack of Kranskis. These are going to be phenomenal. Got to make sure the fire at the back stays nice and hot so I can move the coals around if I have to. I probably didn't really give that enough time to build up a great coal base, but we'll get it started anyway. There we go. These Kranskis, they're full of cheese. They're going to be delicious. I got 6 hot dog buns as well, and the mustard and ketchup. It's going to be quite the feast up here on the mountain. I'm looking forward to it. Oh yeah, they're heating up nicely. Getting some good colour on them. Whoa. This is kind of why I don't like cooking on the fire, because it's just so hot. Like sitting next to it, I'm roasting. Oh yeah, man, they're coming up real nice. You know, cooking on the fire, it might actually be better than the gas. Some of you in the comments tell me all the time, real camping, this is what real camping is, use the fire. But this time I was forced to do it, and I'm actually quite enjoying it. Check this out. These are cooking exceptionally well. It smells delicious. This is very nice. I'm looking forward to eating and just crashing into the tent, to be honest. Like I said, it was a massive walk up here. It's beautiful up near the lakes, through the trees. It's a stunning place. But it is a big effort, I think. Yeah, it took me 2.5 hours or something. But it's worth it for the peace and solitude that you get up in the mountains. We'll give them one last blast. Then I think it's time to consume. It's going to be fully black as well soon. The sun's just going down behind me. Stars and the moon are starting to come out. It's rather glorious. Sizzling hot dogs, fire. The tent looks pretty good behind me too. It's going to be nice to go in there, get my pad blown up, quilt lofting soon. It should be just like a nice glorious night, and hopefully I can wake up to some snow in the morning. That would be the ideal situation. I think they look ready. Hot dog perfection right there. I mean, look at that. Alright, I didn't forget my plate, or the buns and condiments. So I'll look on the bright side. I'll start with 3. See how I get on. Yeah, these are well cooked. Gently get one into the buns, because splitting the buns, ooh, holy cow. Yeah, splitting the buns is very bad. You don't want tearing. That's one inserted. Oh, they're hot. And the third one. 100% need condiments. Ketchup. This is fancy artisanal ketchup though, not your regular average stuff. This one has a depth of flavour. And in here is the legendary French's mustard. This is great stuff. So tangy. Not very sweet, but it doesn't need sweetness because you got the sweetness in the meat and the tomato sauce. But anyway, look at this. Dribbling out the end. That is exceptionally delicious. I can still hear the wickers. They're circling. I mean, look at that. All alone in the mountains, next to the fire. Time for number 2. Better than the first. There's a snap to the hot dog skin. Words cannot describe the pleasure that can be had from hot dogs in the bush. Oh, I'll move back into the door of the tent to finish off my last hot dogs. It's very hot next to the fire. That circle of stones is bouncing back so much heat. What is that noise? The hot dogs are sizzling still. Oh, that one's well cooked. It'd be nice to heat up these buns a little bit, but you know, we'll make do of the situation. Look at them in their raw form. It's not your everyday low quality hot dog meat. This is some nicely crafted stuff. Beautiful wieners, if you can focus on that. And cooking them over the fire, I think it may have infused more flavour. A healthy dose. I think that'll do it. Hot dog perfection. You see that? That hot dog was trying to erect itself. The fifth one, it tastes as good as the first. There's not a lot of space inside this tent, and once I inflate this massive pad, it's going to consume the entire floor area. Or it might even be too big. Let's try arrange things a bit. Hitting my head on everything. I do have a pocket up here, a nice big one, which is pretty cool. Oh no, there's actually quite a bit of room for the pad in here. It's just big enough for a long wide. There is a little bit of extra space as well because it's not fully rectangle. There's like a little diamond shape here, which is kind of handy to store a bit of gear. But I'm going to make the bed and get it all nice and cozy. Get these boots off. And I can get the quilt out and lofting up. Man, I'm just looking forward to lying down though. I have a very full belly, but I'm quite tired. It's still really early though, so there's no way I'm going to bed yet. Oh, boots off. Always such a nice feeling. Oh, I'm gonna lie down. Oh. Hey. This is quite a cozy little space in here. I quite like this. I mean, if it was bad weather, there's no way you could have this door open. Everything would just be like blowing in. But when the conditions are fine like this is rather lovely. Time to get the quilt out. This thing's highly compressed. It'll take a while to reach full loft. I'm expecting it to get to probably below freezing here in the morning or thereabouts. So I did bring a full-on winter quilt and this pad. It's super warm as well. Man, it's tightly packed in there. Oh man. This sleeping pad, by the way, is so comfortable. The Big Agnes Campmeister Deluxe. It's a bit heavy, but oh man, it's worth it. Tell you what. Oh yes. The quilt's so deflated. Look at this wee setup. It's kind of like a little coffin, but it's just enough. And for the fact that it's like a kilo, and it's pretty strong, this would be a great option, especially if you're doing some like summer hiking and you wanted something that could actually take on the elements a bit better than a lot of these ultralight tents. The fly goes quite low to the ground as well. And it's double layer, so condensation should be mitigated pretty well in here. There's a couple of good vents too. One here and there. And the pocket. It's quite a nice wee setup. I keep whacking my head on this light. It'd probably be better if the hook was a bit further forward. But I guess once you're lying down, that is kind of optimized. It would be nice though if this mesh door could zip back to there. Like if this whole piece of fabric could zip down, you could roll it back there. Because like when I'm lying down, it's quite cut off. And if I had my stove, I'd want to boil water in the vestibule here. Yeah, this really should change. Should be able to zip this back and tie it back up to this bit. Would make the tent quite a bit more functional, I reckon. You see what I mean when I'm lying down? This has to stay here, which is kind of annoying. But it is nice to have that big vestibule. The third pole really does create quite a bit more space and like structural support for the whole tent. But yeah, I'm about 6 foot and I just fit in here. You wouldn't really want it any shorter. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's quite a nice wee shelter, this. Oh, it's so good to lie down. I'll try to bring the camera around so you can see this. This is my little cocoon. Oh. When you're lying down in here, it's actually really cool. It's got a good feel to it, this thing. I imagine for summer trips, this would be excellent. It's a lot more sturdy than the other lightweight tent that I have, which is about 250 grams lighter. But I'd say this thing's probably like 3 times as strong. And you can pitch it all in one, which is actually a massive bonus. So if it's raining, because the poles clip on externally, you don't have to worry about the whole inside of the tent getting wet. That's a huge benefit. All tents should really be like that in my opinion. It's pretty tight down there. I need to release some tension. Oh, this is pig here. Yeah. This Dyneema fabric doesn't stretch at all. With the door closed, this is my vestibule room. Very decent space actually, boots, water bottle, packs in there. Up there's the air vent that I was talking about. And that's where I lie down to sleep. Like I was saying before, for a lightweight tent, there's actually a reasonable amount of room in here. But it's a lot smaller than what I'm used to. But yeah, I think I'm going to get myself tucked up in the quilt now and probably go to sleep. Oh, well, I think it's time to hit the sack. I'm just looking forward to switching these lights off, lying down and sleeping. It's been a pretty good night, and I think I should have a pretty nice sleep in the tent. I'm pretty comfortable in here, and yeah, at least at the moment it's quiet. I think we might have some weather coming in, so if that does eventuate, I'll turn the camera on. It'll be kind of funny if this tent starts shaking around, but if not, I'll see you in the morning. Hopefully there's some snow. Until then, good night. It started raining. Hopefully it turns to snow soon. It's quite loud in here. Oh my goodness. What's going on? It's pretty early. I just remembered I've got no coffee. The whole tent though looks to be covered in snow. And it's coming down pretty good. I'm surprised. I slept like a baby. Look at this. It's coming in all over me. And get wet. Back in the cocoon. It's actually quite cozy in here. The tent did an amazing job. There's not too much condensation either. There's a little bit of dampness on my quilt, but not much. You can see the wall here, like that's all snow. All snow above me. The double layer does a pretty good job. Back behind me here though, it's pretty wet and the snow is pushing down on this end panel. Oh. What am I going to do about the coffee situation? This is bad. There's not a whole lot of room in here to sort things out. Oh, you know what I could do? I'll turn this light down a bit. I could put a coffee sachet into my drink bottle and shake it up. That might be my best bet, because I do feel like I need some caffeine actually. The snow quality is pretty good. It's not so wet. It's pretty dry and fluffy. I kind of want to get outside and have a look around, but I think I might try and make a coffee first. It'll be like a iced coffee. Look at all the condensation dripping. These are pretty tough conditions for any tent. I don't have much workable space in here. Close that. Yeah, so there's not actually a whole lot of room that I can maneuver myself in here to try and film and do anything. But I was thinking I could add a couple of Moccona sachets to my leftover water, shake it up, and it would kind of be like an iced coffee, I suppose. That's what we're going to try and do anyway. It'll be better than nothing. So yeah, this is dirty tarn water. I collected this from the little puddle next to camp on the way in. And all I'm going to do is add 2 of these Moccona sachets. And hopefully they dissolve. That's one. You can see the powder in there. Oh, I hope this works. I'll get the other one in. You can see that mixture, it's kind of infusing.
That actually might be alright. I mean, look at that, it's foaming up too, kind of like a latte. Oh my goodness. That actually tastes good. Because it's mochaccino, so it's chocolatey. And it's very cold, which is not ideal for being covered in snow in the tent, but that is way better than expected. Oh my goodness. That's actually quite nice. Who would have thought? It's definitely not the typical coffee in bed that I'm used to while camping. Drinking out of a bottle too, kind of like a baby feeding on iced coffee. In the snow, in the middle of nowhere. Instantly, I'm happy. It's down the end of the tent, you can see there's little fabric around the bottom where the mesh joins into the bathtub. Just enough so that your feet aren't rubbing up on the outer, so they're nice and dry. But yeah, overall, this is pretty good. The only thing I don't like is this piece of fabric. This really needs to be cut back. Be able to zip back along there and tie it up. Because think about it, I'm lying in bed. And you really just want to be able to roll this whole piece back. So I can operate out of the vestibule there. I could actually like use a stove or something. It'd be a very easy change to make to the tent. And it would make it a whole lot better, I reckon. But yeah, other than that, pretty good setup. We'll get outside soon and have a look around. It's nice to be tucked up and so cozy in the tent though. Lying down here last night, started off as rain, and then all of a sudden it went quiet and I was like, oh, happy snow. It just drifted off to sleep and got a good 6 hours, so I'm pretty energetic. The sun won't come up for another probably hour, but I'll get up and have a look around soon. We'll survey the snow situation. It's a lot colder out here than it is inside. There's a slight breeze, but it's taken a wind chill. Oh, snow sliding all off the tent and onto my arm. Oh, we're getting snow. It's falling onto me. This is the problem with these little tents. You can't really open them up in conditions like this. They're not really designed for it. Oh. It's getting everywhere. All right, got the down jacket on, coffee's kicking in. I think it's time to get outside for a look around. See what the snow's doing out there. I'm not used to having such limited space, especially in the snow. It is good though that this door can open from the top, so the snow along the bottom here is not getting into the tent. This is the little space capsule. Got my thermometer here, what does it say? Hey, we're at -1. That's not bad. Look at it. Well, this is a great outcome. I wasn't expecting this much snow. In the forecast, it just had a tiny dusting, but it looks like there could be 10 centimeters or more because it's just so soft and powdery. But yeah, I can't really stay outside for long because I get wet and it's actually pretty brutally cold. So I think I'll get back in the tent, zip it up. We'll wait for the sun to come up. Oh no, it's a great big mess in here. Looks like it's clearing up a bit.
That is the ideal situation, so I can get out of here with some views. I don't know if the sun's gonna break through that cloud though. It's pretty thick. It's a beautiful morning though, dusting over everything. Whoop. It's just stunning. I should probably start packing up the inside of the tent. There's no way I can cook breakfast. I'm not getting a fire going now. I'll check my water supplies and see if I can have another iced coffee. And I think we'll think about getting out of here. I guess there's no real rush to pack up. Ideally, I'd lie back down in bed, make a few more coffees, chill out, look at the snow. But obviously we can't do that today. There is a pretty good weather window now. It seems to be easing off a bit. I don't really want to be walking out in a blizzard, so I think I'll pack down the quilt, but as soon as I do it, I lose all my warmth. Just as I say this, more flakes start to fall. Maybe I'll wait a bit. There is no real rush. It's so still. Almost no wind. It's perfect conditions. I don't want to get up. Oh, but I have to. As soon as I pack this thing away, I'm going to lose all this insulation. But I can't hang around. Don't even have coffee to drink. There ain't nothing to it but to do it. Oh no. There's just enough room in here that I can probably roll it up. Look at it, what a pad. She's a bit chunky, but I definitely rate this thing highly. Campmeister Deluxe. In New Zealand, Gear Shop have them, and honestly, it's the most comfortable pad that I've ever slept on. It's so warm as well, can't even feel an ounce of cold. It's a good piece of gear. Still -1. This is such nice powder though, man. It's dry, crystallized snow. It's beautiful. Everything is coated, the whole landscape. It looks stunning. The walkout's going to be so nice. These carbon fibre poles, nicely iced up. Pretty finicky when it's all iced up. This is the problem when it rains, then freezes. Everything's like stuck together. with these Dyneema tents, you want to try and fold them because they don't really stuff together that well. This one packs down pretty easy. And just like that, the tent is all packed up. All right, I think I'm gonna put the big camera away and I'll come back to you guys on the action cam and we'll have a beautiful walk out through this winter wonderland. It's still snowing pretty good now, but I think it's starting to clear up. There's beautiful flakes coming down. It's just quite amazing. I'm not sure if the camera's gonna pick that up. There's this beautiful snow falling down. I've got to walk way back over to those trees. It's quite a long way. It's nice having a light pack. Usually I'm carrying like 25 kilos, which is what, I don't know, 50 pounds or something. This one must be barely 10 kilos. It's light as 20 pounds. Woo! Yeah, the snow's coming down. This is gonna be amazing. I'll chuck my gloves on and we'll get moving. I think this walk will probably take me about 2 hours. Going down's a lot faster than going up, but navigating through all this tussock that I'm gonna have to do, covered in snow, will slow me down a bit. I reckon there might be like 15 centimeters of snow. It's kind of hard to say, but it's just beautiful. Look at this. Down there's where I was camping. And we've just got the full blown winter wonderland experience. Couldn't it be better? Oh, look at this. The whole landscape opens up here. You can see everything. It's a long way to go, way off into the distance. It's not too bad walking though. I've got little boots on, so I'm quite nimble. The pack's light as well, so it feels pretty good. But I should really focus on this until I get out of all this real loose tussock stuff. This stuff is deep and it's boggy underneath. I think I took a bit of a wrong turn. I should have been higher up there. Oh well, I'll cut across this way and hopefully I can link up with some solid ground. I'm really in the thick of it now. Look how deep it is. This is a stupid idea coming this way. I got distracted filming the snow. Look at the trail behind me. That's what I've been pushing through. But it's not far and I can reach the lake shore down here and get out all of the scrub. Oh no, look at this. This is a bog. Do you reckon I could step in it? Probably not. We'll see, eh? Oh no, it's firm. Imagine if I sunk up to my waist. That'd be quite amusing for you guys. Anyway, I'm gonna link back up with the track and make my way back over to the lake. Amazing. That's the worst of the walking done. Now I just hoon around the edge of the lake and back down to the car, which is still quite a long way, but just an easy track. Winds are starting to pick up. What a change in scenery though. Yesterday it was like summer, now we're kind of getting blizzardy. I'm gonna make my way over there, then it's back down to the van. Back onto the main track. This is the usual area that I walk through in the winter wonderland. Then we start the descent into the forest. because the wind was so low, there's quite nice accumulation all over the beech trees. It's real pretty when it's like that. When it's windy, it just all blows off and kind of makes nice drifts, but I prefer it when you get this nice build-up of dry flakes all over the trees. I mean, look at this. See the snow on the tops up there. That was a good descent. Just got a little nice gentle walk along the lake shore. We're back at the van. I thought the snow may have come down a little bit lower, but still, I'm happy with what happened.